Hello, this is Chiak. We're back with the Captive Curse. I'm going to read this. Hopefully she won't wake up while I'm trying to read it. Maybe it's only activated by the puzzle, but here we go. The Owl. 200 or 300 years ago, when people were far from being so crafty and cunning as they are nowadays, an extraordinary event took place in a little town. By some mischance, one of the great owls, called horned owls, had come from the neighboring woods into the barn of one of the townsfolk in the night time, and when the day broke, did not dare to venture forth again from her retreat, for fear of the other birds, which raised a terrible outcry whenever she appeared. In the morning, when the manservant went into the barn to fetch some straw, he was so mightily alarmed at the sight of the owl sitting there in a corner that he ran away and announced to his master that a monster, the like of which he had never set eyes on in his life, and which could devour a man without the slightest difficulty, was sitting in the barn, rolling its eyes about in its head. "I know you already," said the master. "You have courage enough to chase a black bird about the fields, but when you see a dead hen lying, you have to get a stick before you go near it. I must go and see for myself what kind of monster it is," added the master, and went quite boldly into the granary and looked around him. When, however, he saw the strange, grim creature with his own eyes, he was no less terrified than the servant had been. With 2 bounds, he sprang out, ran to his neighbors, and begged them imploringly to lend him assistance against an unknown and dangerous beast, or else the whole town might be in danger if it were to break loose out of the barn, where it was shut up. A great noise and clamor arose in all the streets. The townsmen came armed with spears, hay-forks, and scythes, and axes, as if they were going out against an enemy. Finally, the senators appeared with the burgomaster at their head. When they had drawn up in the marketplace, they marched to the barn and surrounded it on all sides. Thereupon, one of the most courageous of them stepped forth and entered with his spear lowered, but came running out immediately afterwards with a shriek, and as pale as death, and could not utter a single word. Yet 2 others ventured in, but they fared no better. At last one stepped forth, a great strong man who was famous for his warlike deeds, and said, "You will not drive away the monster by merely looking at him. We must be in earnest here, but I see that you have all turned into women, and not one of you dares to encounter the animal." He ordered them to give him some armor, had a sword and spear brought, and armed himself. All praised his courage, though many feared for his life. The 2 barn doors were opened, and they saw the owl, which in the meantime had perched herself on the middle of the great crossbeam. He had the ladder brought, and he raised it and made ready to climb up. They all cried out to him that he was to bear himself bravely, and commended him to St. George, who slew the dragon. When he had just got to the top, and the owl perceived that he had designs on her, and was also bewildered by the crowd and the shouting, and knew not how to escape, she rolled her eyes, ruffled her feathers, flapped her wings, snapped her beak, and cried, "Twit, to-hoo," in a harsh voice. Strike home, screamed the crowd outside to the valiant hero. "Anyone who was standing where I am standing," answered he, "would not cry, 'Strike home.'" He certainly did plant his foot 1 rung higher on the ladder, but then he began to tremble, and half fainting went back again. And now there was no one left who dared to push him in such danger. "The monster," said they, "has poisoned him and mortally wounded the strongest man among us by snapping at him and just breathing on him. Are we too to risk our lives?" They took counsel as to what they ought to do to prevent the whole town being destroyed. For a long time, everything seemed to be of no use, but at length the burgomaster found an expedient. "An expedient, yes. My opinion," said he, "is that we ought out of the common purse to pay for this barn, and whatsoever corn, straw, or hay it contains, and thus indemnify the owner, and then burn down the whole building, and the terrible beast with it. Thus no one will have to endanger his life. This is no time for thinking of expense, and miserliness will be ill applied." All agreed with him, so they set fire to the barn at all 4 corners, and with it the owl was miserably burnt. Let anyone who will not believe it go thither and inquire for himself. Okay.
I need to figure out the color code to open this.
Okay, I'm gonna take a different route. Okay. Not blue and pink. Actually, let's not do that. Okay, so teal and orange. Let's see if it's green. Has to be purple. Okay, teal, orange, purple, green. Purple. Let's put the teal here. Put the orange here. That's not purple. Purple's here. Orange has to be here. Green here. There you go.
What's Renate up to? It seems like she's tracking the monster.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, okay, that's it. So, not quite the, not quite, I was hoping for the key to wind the clock, but guess not so. But let's have a look at this. So we have a sighting, claw marks, sighting footprints, and where girls were abducted. Interesting. She put a girl was. This is the furnace room. Dead animals here. Claw mark was inside the foyer. Is there anyone? Is there any of them nearby where I am? That's footsteps. I doubt you'll see footsteps nowadays. But definitely shows that in the furnace room, there is a way. There's a sighting here, sighting there. Claw marks over there. Is this the upper hallway? This has to... Well, yeah, no, this has to be... And then, I'm assuming this is where I am, where a girl got abducted, but we already know that. Girl also got abducted there. The nice thing about that is that we got a map of this. This is most likely the outside. So forward. Nice. Good to know. Okay. So we're making some headway. Let's see.
Nancy, what is going on?
I keep finding references to these missing girls.
Those I do not like to talk about.
You're supposed to help me out here. I need to know what they mean.
Those girls, they're the monster's past victims.
What do you mean?
This monster, this is not the first time he's been to this castle looking for a victim.
I've gathered that. Why are the victims always young women?
No one knows. Some say that the monster takes a bride and that the two live together deep in the forest.
Is that what you think?
No. Come on now.
What do you think happens?
I do not want to know. Those girls never come back. That alone is enough to keep me up at night. And Nancy, if the monster is back, you do well to distance yourself from what you see in those paintings.
What do you mean?
We can only guess what will happen next by what's happened before. And if anyone here looks like one of the girls in the paintings, it'd be you.
I'll let you go. Bye.
See you later, Nancy.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's already been hinted at quite heavily that Nancy is being targeted by whoever is perpetuating these monster sightings as such. But, it's, well... So we talk to him. Too bad we can't find any of these claw marks. I would actually like to see them. See, let's go talk to Anya. Anya's this way. I was correct.
Hi.
Thanks.
Okay.
See you later.
Goodbye.
So apparently Anya has nothing to say. But no, damn it. Oh, this way.
Hey, Nancy.
Do you know what the stories about these missing girls are all about?
I heard that all those girls, they were killed by the monster.
Do you think that's true?
I hope not.
That's it? That's it?
Thanks. See you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Okay, well, that was... I thought there'd be at least a bit more than that, but okay. Oh wait, I forgot. We have this. So, trapped and no way out. Is that the furnace room? Maybe. Awoke, scared and alone. A weak light shone through the grate in the ceiling far above, barely illuminating her cell. The nearly adorned walls held no doors and no apparent way out. Panic began to overcome the girl as she realized she was trapped. Her heart raced as she cried for help. Heavy footsteps filled the room above, and the girl began to hope for rescue. She called out again. The steps came closer, and then the grate pulled back. A shadowy figure appeared in the opening above. A blood-curdling scream left her lips as the light from above revealed the features of the monster who had caught her. Okay. Now the symbol is N star. Fortunately, there's nothing... I can't think of anything around here that has the grate and such. That said, what I would like to do right now is to test out this Renata's map. So in order to get to that tree, go straight all the way. Be there? Okay. Since I can't go straight anymore, then we take a right. And then just head straight. Or maybe... Nope. Damn it. Well, not quite the way I want to go. Found a tree. Just didn't do it the way by the map. Oops. Just wondering, is there any more to this place? It's... Sorry, I'm looking at text suddenly. Okay. It's just a dead end. Was there anything here last time I looked? This is the key, but we only have one key. I need a second key. That said, the fact that Carl has the key in the first place. Is that the only thing? I'm trying to remember. Where's the other map? This one. Oh, wait, how come I wasn't able to do this last time?
Looks like something could fit in here.
The pendant? Oh my god. Wait, no, wait, put pendant back. Okay, actually, you know what? Actually, let's investigate around first, and then let's put the pendant back.
This looks like it's about the legend, and there are letters in the corner.
The door slammed shut, plunging her into darkness. She had evaded the monster at the well, for now. The girl fumbled for her tinderbox. In her panic, she could not get her shaky hands to behave. Finally, a spark caught, and the torch sputtered and eventually burned brightly. Shivering, soaked in fatigue from her ordeal, she began to stumble forward. To her surprise, the dank passage was familiar. Her father had recently led her through them in anticipation of the new duties she would be taking on, the same day he had given her the necklace. Taking a deep breath, she pulled out the map he had given her, hoping that the water hadn't destroyed it. The exits were still clearly visible. It was time to make her escape. One could easily become lost in this maze of dark tunnels. Okay, that looks like an exit, but I feel like something could possibly surprise us if you're that looks like a jump scare type moment.
I'm glad I wasn't standing over that. That looks pretty dangerous. Whoa! Ah!
What? Okay, so apparently you would actually jump in.
Whoa!
No. Okay. Interesting. So that's our way back in, but ah. Okay. I'm not sure why that triggered now, honestly. It's good to know. And with that, I think I'm going to have to end the set here. I think next set we'll actually be talking with Ned and Frank, see if there's any additional things to say. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for commenting if you commented. And thank you for simply clicking on this video. And until next time, guys, be später.